Hey guys, it's me John and Shadow here with another mechanical video. Hope you're doing good and enjoy. Hey, what's up guys? Making another video here on yet again my 88 EF sedan K-swapped. This video is going to be on the rear camber tie rods. I just ended up getting some off of eBay primarily to do this video. I want a little bit of camber. I've got some 17 by 9s on the rear with stretched 215, or they might be 225 17s. And so I watched some other videos, read into this. This isn't my first go around with camber. And I'm just hoping that I can provide a video that will help anyone else out. And there are certain things out there that not a lot of people cover, and I'm hoping that I can cover a few extra things just to help out. And in the long run, it's not saying that I'm right. It's more so just take the way that I do my procedure here and make it your own, because you are your own person and you're magnificent. Thank you so much for tuning in and looking forward to showing you guys this. Thank you for watching. Anytime I'm doing something as minimal as this, where I don't have to be under the car, or even if I do have to be under the car, especially if I have to be under it, if I can get away with this, if I'm putting my car on jack stands and it's something where I know I could fit underneath it without needing to raise a heavy height or anything, especially if the Harbor Freight guys are out there, because I do have a set of Harbor Freight jack stands as well. I never put these other than at the base. Like, I want them all the way down anytime, especially my garage is at an incline. Like, it's already, ready to roll out. I don't even have to start the car to go in reverse. And I've got a wedge behind the tire as well. Plus I've got the first gear punched in on the shifter. And, just little things that might help you out here. Pretty much common sense in a way. These are the O'Reilly house brand jack stands, and these things, I've had them for 8 years, and they've not just serviced this EF sedan. I've put a V8 series Colorado on them. I've put quite a few vehicles on these jack stands. Like I was saying, my procedure is not above anyone else's. Whatever your flavor is, go for it. Whatever your preference of tool, more power to you, man. The power is in your hands, and how you use that power is entirely your responsibility. Just know that at the end of the day, I still love it. So, of course, I am running a 4-stage Milwaukee Blue Key impact, and I've got the M18 HD 12.0 on it. This battery has been through hell. I've got 6 of these, and then I've got like 4 of the smaller ones and a few others. This battery, this particular one, stays at my vehicle side all the time, and I only have to charge this thing like once every like 2 months or so. And it's been a great product. So regardless, my front lugs are 19s. And so on these JNCs, we've got security keys. No big deal. So, you've got the 17 and the 19. since I have the 4-stage, and even if you have the 3-stage, or even if your impact has stages, I will put mine at not the least stage, number 2 on the Milwaukee platform. And then that way, you know, another thing, you pull it and it's just gonna go, but barely pull it, it's gonna, increment the torque. And so I'll just gently put it on there and kind of like rattle it a little bit at first, and then once I feel it break loose, I kind of try to ease off of it, one of them big toe throttle kind of things,
Freeze, mister! Big toe!
Okay, so like I said, 1988 Honda EF Civic. Here's the tie rod right here that we're gonna pull out. We're gonna swap it out with a camber adjusted one. And so I'm kind of looking and gauging at how this thing is, where the bottom, where the top is, and we've got a straight edge here and a rounded edge here. So we kind of know how the new one's supposed to go in. It's technically like they're supposed to face up, but since you have a set way, you can either flip it or not. I was watching this in other videos. If you have it like how this one is opposite on one side than the other, it's gonna also affect the height and the lowering of this as well, depending on how you want to set it. So you have that functionality in there as well. That's something that wasn't majorly covered in some of the material that I've seen out there. So another thing is right now, I've got this on camera. If you're unsure, and before you get into the severity of pulling this apart, and then you're like, oh crap, how did that go? Take a picture first. You've got your phone out. I've got my phone out. Luckily, I'm going to have a video of this, but still, there are times whenever I do this, whether I'm making a video or not, and I take a picture just so I know how things work. Okay, so now that I have the OEM tie rod out, if I'm saying that correctly, this is what I got off of eBay. I specifically got this just for the video. I love the color of it. It was like $40. And so you can see that this thing has been kind of preset. These were not tightened down. And sure enough, I have not messed with them, but they're pretty much dead on. Like if I were to take a dowel rod and put it through here, they'd probably be almost exact. You can kind of see that they're pretty much dead on. So my thing is I want a little bit of negative camber. So I just want to tilt in a little bit. And so like, a lot of people are like, oh, you need to roll your fender. Like this black mark on my fender is from whenever I first put these guys on here. You can see how much my fender stuck out of there. And it's pretty much because the fender well was still out to here. And so you can see I kind of knocked it in. I just went around it with a mallet and kind of folded it in where it was cutting majorly at the tire. And so for now, that's what I've done, because there's still a lot of stuff on this car that's original. And primarily being, another thing is I have to tend to some rust before I decide on rolling the fenders out. And so this is something that I'm going to show you guys that I did not see in some of the other procedures. So I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to look at this, and I want barely any tilt. I don't want a lot at all. And so I'm probably going to make these whole differences about that much difference. Maybe like a 4mm pitch, not a lot. And what I'm going to do after I set this one is I'm going to take the other one and set it exactly the same. Because you'll install these parts and be like, oh, I need to tighten it this way, oh, I need to tighten it that way, and then you have both sides not exact. So I do this same step with my coilovers as well. And so it's $15. $15 at Home Depot for a digital caliber. If you don't know how to read one, just look up how to read a ruler. And so whenever I pull my coilovers out, I'll pull out the back ones and set them to where I want them. And then I'll pull out the front ones and set them where I want them. I'll reinstall them. It literally takes 10 minutes to pull both. So, I mean, why not? And so I'll set the car down, I'll roll it down the driveway, go around the block, bring it back up, and see where it's setting. I'll feel out if it's rubbing hardcore or not. And then if I need to make any adjustments, I go back over it. But I always make sure I've got that measurement between where the bottom adjustment and the top adjustment is. And if you're wondering, like, bottom adjustment, top adjustment, what's he rambling on, son? I'm talking about where your tightening points are for your spring and where your adjustment is for the height of the entire shock as well. This took just a few more minutes longer than anticipated. It actually turns out that, though I'm trying to go a little bit more negative than what factory OEM was, these Camber ties that I got, once you set them all the way in, they're exactly at OEM type R range of the oil. So I removed the outer one, the one that goes to the rear control arm. And so I had to count each thread because I was like, let's do 4. Don't go over that. And sure enough, I pretty much got exactly what I was looking for. That's going to be included in the clip. Anywho, so yeah, I've already got one set and I'm about to do the other one exactly the same and then set and match them and make sure that they're good. And then we're going to be good to go on both sides. So before I reinstall this, I'm just showing you how I have it set. I have this side aiming down, I have this side aiming up, and the reason I'm doing that is because once I have this under load, it's going to push up. So I want it to kind of pull this way, more inwards. Now I could get a little bit more lean if I flip it this way, but I decided I'm just going to leave this just for the sake of the amount of force that's against this side, instead of putting it against this way, because I don't want this piece to buckle. So that's why I'm putting it there to kind of reinforce it. So yeah, this is the way that I'm going with both sides. All right, so I'm going to try and give you a visual real quick. I have everything set exactly the same. I angled these to a specific pitch. Get them as perfect as possible. It's kind of hard to get that exact straight angle on video because, of course, we've got shadows, we've got the angle of the tubes, all that stuff. But yeah, everything is pretty much the same. It's just you can see the differences in the thread pitches. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like here, here, and then here, and here. It's almost identical, just flip. So yeah. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, so one more thing that was mentioned in another document of this process and everything that I will agree with on. We want to put everything under load, and so I put a jack underneath here, and of course got it to where I could freely move the jack stand, and then I even gave it a little yank down a couple times, and then give this guy a good time. The camber adjustment ties were a success, although I can't get a wide enough angle on my phone camera to capture the camber. And I took some pictures, like separate pictures of while it was still up on jack stands with the camber and without, even in the air you can tell. And then I have somewhere it's setting down too.
but I can't. I try to get one shot from the back of the car where you have just the slightest little bit of tilt, and I can't get it. So thanks for watching. I hope that this has been helpful to some of you guys, and take care and stay amazing.